Tonight, the rash of mailbox thefts in the Peace region continues. The Peace Valley Landowners Association is looking to recover the cost of their fight against Site C. And the Dawson Creek Hospital welcomes Northern BC's first baby born in 2018. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Hugh Smith. Grand Prairie RCMP are looking for a missing man. 34-year-old Devin Locke was last seen in Grand Prairie yesterday. He has been described as white, 5'8", 119 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. He was last seen wearing a black hoodie, gray pants, and running shoes. Police say they are trying to confirm Locke's well-being. If anyone has information, they are asked to call Grand Prairie RCMP or Crime Stoppers. The string of mailbox thefts continues in the Peace region. Both Dawson Creek and Fort St. John RCMP have confirmed that there has been more vandalism of mailboxes over the Christmas break. Boxes from Fort St. John, Dawson Creek, and even as far as Eris have been reportedly broken into and vandalized, and mail has been taken.
Right now, at this particular point in time, I believe Canada Post is looking into rectifying that, replacing all of their mailboxes with the new upgraded version, which makes it a little harder to get into.
This isn't a new trend, according to Eckel, with reports starting a few months ago. She says the best way to make sure your mail is kept safe is to have someone continue to gather it if you're still on holidays.
Check it regularly. In the event that your mailbox has been tampered with, report it to Canada Post. They'll be the ones that be able to come out right away and rectify the situation.
Police also say putting up a camera to catch the burglars in the act can help the RCMP in finding the suspects. Dawson Creek and Fort St. John have both been named to Maclean's list of most dangerous places to live in Canada. Dawson Creek was named 17th most dangerous city, while Fort St. John ranked 27th. The magazine releases the list annually, ranking small cities by their crime severity index. However, there is some good news, as Maclean says crime rates in both cities have dropped over the past year. Topping the list is North Battleford, Saskatchewan. The Peace Valley Landowners Association is fundraising to pay off extra costs associated with the BC Utility Commission's review of Site C. Although many opponents of Site C are furious with the NDP's decision to move ahead, the Peace Valley Landowners Association says the information discovered is by the BCUC's review is invaluable. Research conducted by energy consultant Robert McCullough and other experts revealed the project is over budget and not on schedule.
Which played a huge role in the process, and in fact the work from McCullough was referenced around 30 times in the final report from the BCUC. So it was a very valuable asset to the process.
Some of the cost to gather this research is not covered by the BCUC's capacity funding and must be raised by the PVLA, who says it's well worth the cost. Opponents of Site C say the information gathered will be valuable as the $10.7 billion project moves forward.
And of course, we now know that the price of alternatives are cheaper than Site C. And it just goes on and on. The list of information that came out of the BC Utilities Commission review was actually amazing and kind of a shift of the landscape, and definitely demonstrated that there was no rationale for building Site C in the first place.
The PVLA is looking to raise $100,000. For more information, visit peacevalleyland.com. Well, the North was in the running for the first baby born in the province, and our area came awfully close to seeing the first bundle of joy.
She came 2 weeks early. We were hoping for her to be closer to her due date, but she surprised us, and at least it was January, the new year.
Meet little baby Camilla Nora Taylor. She was the first baby born in the North. She came into the world at 7:25 a.m. to her parents Tricia and Ryan Taylor and her older brother Emmett. Little Camilla weighed 6 pounds and 11 ounces. The family's from Baytree, Alberta, and Camilla's mom says she was surprised.
We're in the middle of building our house, and we were going to be ready for around her due date, but she's 2 weeks early, so we're a little behind.
According to the family, the little bundle of joy was born healthy and happy.
It's come with a whole different experience from when we had our son. It's a lot of excitement and a lot of new visitors, and it was something else.
She wasn't the first baby born in BC, though. Surrey Memorial Hospital delivered a healthy infant 9 seconds after the stroke of midnight. Burnaby RCMP are investigating after a man was found dead just steps from the Metro Town SkyTrain station. iHit has now taken over, saying this doesn't appear to have been random. CTV's Brianna Karsten-Smith says what appeared to have started out as a fight turned deadly.
The first 911 call came around 9 Tuesday night for a fight happening at this Burnaby apartment.
When we came out and saw a woman was screaming, and police came with guns, and just after came ambulance.
Just about when all the lights showed up, one girl over there saying something to some guy that, well, and he was laying, I guess, inside the front door there, that he wasn't breathing, blah, 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 he's dead, and all that.
iHit has taken over the investigation into the man's death and say they don't believe this was random.
I expected it. I'm surprised it didn't happen before. You know, the way they carry on over there and the way they argue.
Several neighbors tell CTV the ground level suite where police now appear to be focusing their investigation was being lived in by at least one man, and that there have been multiple disturbances here.
We see it every 3 to 4 weeks. We see an ambulance, a fire engine, police come here. Sometimes they push each other in front of the policeman or the fireman.
Every time there's like a parties or drinking, and after they fighting after that.
Orville Bai says the man even tried to intimidate him.
He came over here one time about a year ago to tell me that I was always staring over there. Well, yeah, I'm standing here and have a cigarette. Don't open your drapes and I won't look. And he kept going on, and I said, oh, go away.
But with the level of violence now escalating, so are neighbors' fears.
Oh, it's terrible, you know, it's a central area in Burnaby. We have kids, you know, families, and, you know, you never know.
No information has been released on any suspects in the case. The BC government is preparing to cover the cost of an abortion pill. The drug, called mifegymiso, is used to terminate early-stage pregnancies. According to the Health Ministry, the no-cost coverage will kick in January 15th. Health Canada approved the pill in 2015. It can be prescribed up to 9 weeks into a pregnancy. Former Canadian hostage Joshua Boyle made a court appearance by video this morning on 15 charges, including sexual assault. As you may remember, Boyle and his family were held captive by the Taliban for 5 years in Afghanistan before being rescued and being brought home to Canada last October. CTV's Glenn McGregor was in court this morning and has the latest.
Joshua Boyle made a very brief court appearance today by video link from the Ottawa Carleton Detention Center. He was wearing an orange standard issue prison garb. Didn't really say much. This hearing is what lawyers call an up and down, a very quick procedural hearing, and his case was remanded over until Monday. So Mr. Boyle will remain in custody at least until then. He is facing 15 criminal charges, some of them very serious. 8 counts of assault, 2 counts of sexual assault. We can't discuss the alleged victims in these cases because of a publication ban that applies. And of course, the presumption of innocence, as his lawyer said yesterday, applies in this case. Mr. Boyle today was not given an opportunity to respond to the charges against him and has yet to enter a plea. But his lawyer did say when we spoke to him by phone yesterday that, of course, his ordeal has to be considered. The fact that he spent 5 years in captivity in Afghanistan, being held by the Haqqani Network, a terror group with links to the Taliban. In that time, he and his wife had 3 children, all born in captivity. They didn't meet their grandparents until the family returned after being freed by Pakistani forces back in October and returned to the Ottawa area then. So we didn't learn a whole lot more about the allegations today or Mr. Boyle's response to them. We expect to get more news on this when he appears next in court on Monday. Glenn McGregor, CTV News, Ottawa.
Every month on CJDC TV, we feature a WOW Kid, a youth in our community who goes above and beyond. Today, we took a look at Jaden Mayo, a Dawson Creek teen who gives back to the community and one day hopes to become a research scientist.
My name is Jaden Mayo, and I go to Dawson Creek Secondary School. I think what I want to be remembered by most here is just someone who isn't afraid to be where they're needed, you know, to be able to help out and voice their opinion and stuff, to not be scared to know that your voice is important here, and that you're able to make a change if you try hard enough, or if you want to.
She's always more than willing to give a hand, and she often offers to help when, you know, she sees that something needs to be done at the school.
She gives back to her community in various ways. She is on the Child and Youth Mental Health Local Action Team. She is the Vice President of the Interact Club for the school. She also is on the honor roll. She's in musical theater, where she plays both the guitar and piano, as well as sings. I was in School of Rock last year, and I played Laura, who was like a little geeky girl who played piano, and that was really fun. I had so much fun doing it. I've done instruments and all that kind of stuff all my life. I've been really interested in music, and I used to do piano lessons and guitar and all that such. So being able to apply it to like an actual bigger scale of things and perform for like several hundreds of people and stuff, it was really cool and a lot of fun.
Okay, so we only have one thing to actually talk about today. We need to talk about the bottles. What we've done in terms of the Interact Club is we have, last year we went to Belize and we built a playground there for their, one of their schools in Punta Gorda. They didn't have any real places to play and such, so we felt that was very important, and so we bought the playground, and then they asked us to come down and build it, so we went down and built it.
With the Child and Youth Mental Health Local Action Team, we went to Vancouver in October, and she participated in various things there, as well as selling the coloring book here to raise awareness for the local action team.
So pretty much what we do is we help children and youth with mental health and substance abuse issues to try and bridge the gaps that they might not get before. So to try and find resources like getting them to counselors and different helps and stuff, so that, because sometimes it can be a scary adventure to get from where you are to where you should be, so to try and fill those bridges. And
congratulations, Jaden, on being this month's Wow Kid.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but first, here's what's happening where you live in tonight's community events.